ससवदन तुमरो रस गावस कैसे पति कंठ लगावन सरगाट कब हमारे मुनीषा नारद शारद सहित अहित जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाजे कवि को विद कहि सच कहाजे तुमो पुकार सुग्रीव के नाम हम मिलाय राज पर देवा हर कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्त्र योजन पर भानु ताही मधुर पल जान सबो मोद्रता मिल मुख माहे जग लांगे गए अतर जनाए दुर्गम का जगत के देते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे होत ना ज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब शुक्ला है तुम्हारे शरणा तुम रक्षक दाऊ को डरना आपण तेज समारो आप कीनहु लो आँख ते कापर भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै हर कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम बोले रोग हर सब पीरा जपति रंगन हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मर्दव वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन बल पावे चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता सवर दे ज्ञान के माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पास दासा सदा रहो रघुपति मेरा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम। भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त जाय। और देवता चित्त न डरहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरया हनुमत बलबीर। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, दुष्ट बार पात कर कोई, तुमहि बंदी वासुक होय। सोया पर हनुमान चालीसा, हुई सिद्धि साखी गारेसा, तुलसीदा सदा हरि चेरा, जय जयनाथ हृदय महादेरा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, राम राम। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रो, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहो सुरभु। पवन सुत हनुमान की, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे। Jai Bhagavan. Go start into song a little hungry now. One more time all together. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. On this beautiful morning, my dear friends, on behalf of the members of this wonderful mandir, once more we specially welcome each and everyone. This morning marks the Shantipaath of this beautiful Yajna, where we conclude the Yajna and receive the maximum blessings of all the sacrifice that we had put in. It is said, Yajna means sacrifice. And this morning, a sacrifice means giving up the comforts that you have. When you do a Yajna and you say you're giving up or you're doing a sacrifice, it simply means I'm giving up something that is very dear to me. What are you giving up? For the members who are performing the prayer, they're giving up salt food in the daytime. They're giving up the thirst of the tongue. They're giving up the comfort of the tongue, what they feel to eat and what they don't feel to eat. They're giving up the comforts of likes and dislikes in the world. Raga, dvesh, pairs of opposites. But this morning we speak from the golden pages of Bhagavatam, where we narrate a wonderful message from our scripture. Have you ever heard a name that is called Tulabaram? Have any one of you ever heard the name Tulabaram? No? What does it mean when we say Tulabaram? Well, Katha begins in the beautiful village of Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, it is said Bhagavan Shri Krishna is known to be that deity who is wed and is married to 16,000 gopis. And we say, Jai Bhagavan. And all the men come up to me after the Yajna and say, but Pandit, if he could have 16, why I can't have 5? If Bhagavan Krishna had 16,000 wives, why I can't have 3? And the questions go on and on. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, it is said, on the night of Ras Leela dance, he stood in the center of the arena and he started dancing with all the 16,000 gopis. But each of them closed their eyes and they visualized the Lord in front of them, praying that he would dance with them alone and nobody else. So in turn, because of this selfish motive, Bhagavan Shri Krishna multiplied himself 16,000 times. And each one of them, when they peeked and they saw him in front of them, they closed back their eyes and they said, oh, don't let me say anything before anybody decides to take him. So I closed my eyes, he's with me. Yes, he's with me. And another will open the eyes and peek and see him in front of her. And she will say, I will not say a word because he's in front of me. And fooling everybody. The trick and the maya of the world. Like we say, Maya tu bhagani ham jani. Maya tu bhagni ham jani. It is said Bhagwan Vishnu and Lakshmi Maya, they are the Lord of Maya. Vishnu ke Lakshmi banvati, Raja ke hai darte rani. The Lord of Maya. The Lord will dance with every one of them. And in their minds, they would say, Lord, please just marry me. I know you love Radha, but marry me please now, just me alone. And everybody will want the Lord for themselves. It is like Mirabai. It is like Shabari Maya. It is like Prahalad who sat and wanted the Lord for himself. It is like Kabir Dasji. It is like Dhruva. Many of these great and holy saints who only wanted God for themselves. That is the notion we must live with, We must always live understanding that we must want God for ourselves. Even though it's a selfish notion, knowing that you want God for yourself leads you directly to God. It is the desire of wanting. In Sanskrit, momokshutvam, a powerful word that says a burning wanting and a burning desire to want God to be a part of your life is very, very important. Because some people come this morning and pray, well, yeah, satsang was nice. Some people clap and they say, the energy was good. But do you really desire and have that burning wanting? I want to see God. When I go this morning in Yajna, I want to see God. Do you know, I'll tell you something very personal. When I had gone to India, I had fell in love with the energy of Mahavir Swami, and even till this point. And every single day, I will go up on top of the hostel that I was staying, and I will stand up and I will call his name, Baba, Hanumanji, Auna. I'm in India, I left Trinidad, I've sacrificed all this, and I'm standing here. I have to see you before I leave. I have to. Have that wanting. I want to. I have to. While, my friends, I'll tell you just a gist of it. While many people are lacking faith and losing faith in their religion and their culture, I mentioned it in one of my Ramayana recently. While many people don't have belief in your own religion, we say, yeah, God put a stone in the water and it floats. Yeah, right. While we lose faith, go for yourself and see. See how the rocks are floating. How the rocks have been kept together to cross the ocean and go to Lanka. Check to all the children who today know their technology well. Go and research it and go and look up on the internet and see through all the Google visions how you can find everything in our history that has taken place and the proof that goes behind it. And then I was speaking to the members of my group recently, and to those who don't know, recently in France, they found a huge footstep, and it looked somewhat like the footprint of a monkey, and they were asking what big creature could have landed here to put a footprint. And to the devotees who know, they will sing together, Jai, 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 Hanuman Gosai, Kripa kar. Everybody boliye, Jai, 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 everywhere in the world you're finding some source of our scripture. Everywhere in the world you're finding some gift. Everywhere in the world something is coming up, and then we link it and we say, but wait a minute, Ramayan, yeah. Bhagavatam said this, yes. And we are finding so many proof. Have faith in your love, and your Lord rather. When Bhagavan Shri Krishna stood there and he danced with everybody, they begged the Lord, please just stay with me. And the Lord mentally became married to every devotee. He didn't perform a wedding ceremony and walk around the Bedi and he did all that mala and so on. Jai Mala Siya Dale. No. It is said mentally he tied their minds to himself. And he says, today you will be dedicated to me as I, Shri Krishna, will be dedicated to you. So we are now locked in a marriage. It didn't mean he got married physically and married 16,000 gopis. And then he said to the world, with these 16,000 gopis in the world, I want everybody to know this. You know what? I love everybody 16,000. But out of these 16,000, I favor 8,000 a little more. Because according to the love you have for me, that's how I will have it for you. And then out of the 8,000, more than that, I love 16 of them. And then out of the 16 of them, well, there's only 6 that I love out of the 16. And then out of the 16, 2 I will keep in my heart. And out of the 2, 1 will merge with me and I will never leave her. And who was that? Meete ras se barodhi Radha Rani lage ho, Radha Rani lage. क्या बात, एक बार बोलिए, मीते रस से बरोदी माने कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे. And there he will hold on to Radharani. And he says to the world, I'll marry everybody, but don't get between me and Radha. A time comes where Bhagavan Shri Krishna, it is said with the 16,000 gopis that he has, he leaves Vrindavan and he goes, as he's growing up and maturing in the world, and he goes to his palace. And he lives in the beautiful palace of Mathura. He is the king of Mathura. And becoming king, one day it is said one of his wives called Satyabham, she looks at Bhagavan Shri Krishna, she sits and she stares. Have you ever loved someone so much that you just sit and you look at them and you're lost? You're confused, you're just looking and you're like, wow. You're just, as we say, in awe, according to the young ones. She sits and she looks at Bhagavan Shri Krishna and she says, I wish I could just have you. I just want you, I want you to be with me forever. I don't want to let you go. And on the other side, Rukmini is there, his actual wife. Rukmini sits there and she says, you want him, but I need him. There's a difference with wanting and needing. We want many things in the world, but what do you really need? Bhagavan will bless you with not your wants, but your needs. We sit down and we pray, Prabhu, I wish, I want to have a big house. I want to have a nice car. I want to have a big family. I want to have plenty money. But what do you really need? Bhagavan says, I'll bless you with what you need. That is what is important. So Satyabham wants the Lord. She wants to hold on to him and never let go. And Rukmini, she needs him. Where will he go? यमुना जी को कारी कारी राधा गोरी गोरी वृंदावन में धूम मचावे बरसाने की डोरी बज राम राधा रानी को रजदाने लागे हो रजदाने लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे मुरली में तो को सिमिरो बारंबार कोचन रूप धरे नंद नंदन कौन पावे पार से बरोधी महारानी लागे माने कारो कारो पानी लागे माने कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे। श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। Satyabham wants Bhagwan Shri Krishna for herself, but Rukmini says, I need him for myself. So she's wondering, how will both of them fight for the Lord? Will you fight for God? How many of you will fight for God? Yeah. How many of you love God? Now keep up the hand there, right? Loving God and second thing is different. How many of you believe in God? You sure? You sure? Bhaiji Rakesh, you better stand up. Not many people have faith, confidence in their God. I go and I pray. I put flowers because I have to put it. Pandit says put it, so we put it. Mommy says go to Mandir, so we go. We have to go Yajna, we go. But we sit there and the mind is lost. You know, when, how long again, boy? We keep checking time. How much of you are here because you love God? Not me, you know. Bhagwan. Me is a different question. How many of you love me? Oh. When we come to worship Bhagwan, we must love God. When you sit here and you're looking in front, you must look at the murtis and adore them. You know, today we have beautiful murtis made out of marble and how they are nicely formed and so on. But when you see murtis like these, you feel a bhav. You know what's a bhav? Yeah, it comes from inside. You can see that someone took their hands and they made it with the best of their ability and their vision. They put a different energy into it. It is not a marble stone, or it is not just the marble murtis that probably would have been carved out from some machine or something to make perfect in our image. But this or these murtis and these beautiful forms of God would have been created due to the image of the individual creating with their own hands and molding them according to their hearts and their love put together. You must adore them, love them. How old are these murtis? 20 years. And today the Mandir celebrates 26 years. 20 years and these murtis are standing here. Give the members a wonderful round of applause. That is a blessing. 20 years. With 20 years, can you imagine 20 years ago how much people came when they were installed and prayed and put a flower and put an offering and they prayed and they prayed, and these murtis are filled with bhav. Think about this now. When you finish and you come up here and you touch the feet of Lord Ganesha, you touch the feet of Lord Surya and you say, Lord bless me. Think of that energy that's flowing back at you. That's a blessing. We are lucky to be here. We are fortunate to be here. Friends, it is said Satyabham and Rukmini Maya, they are fighting for Bhagwan Shri Krishna. And while both of them will have an argument, well, no, Bhagwan Krishna is mine because I want him. And no, I need him. And they're having an argument. In the skies, one of the greatest saints are passing by. Hari Narayan, Narayan. Sage Narad Muni is passing. And he's seeing a fight taking place for Lord Krishna. And he comes down and he sees both of them arguing. And he says, "Ye kya hai? Why are both of you fighting for Bhagwan Shri Krishna? He doesn't belong to any particular person but to everybody." And then Rukmini says, "No, I need him." And Satyabham says, No, I want him." And the Lord who's looking down from above, he sees Narada. And Narada tells to the both of them, he says, "Listen, if both of you are fighting for one thing, I will take it away. If this is the problem, remove it." In life, when you have a problem, work around it or remove it. In life, when in your home there's a family crisis because of a particular thing or situation, remove the situation. Work around the situation. Too many times in today's world, brothers are fighting brothers for something. Recently, I was doing a worship with a mother, and the mother had two sons. This is just an example. Mother had two sons. And the two sons, mother is old, so the two sons fighting now. When mommy died, the land is mine. And the next son saying, no, I'm bigger than you. When mommy died, the land is mine. And two of them started to fight. You know what mommy did? She sold the land. She sold the land. She kept some money for herself. She gave one son some, and she gave the other some. No fight. Fight on. There's always a solution. I didn't tell anybody sell your land. But there's always a solution to everything that is taking place. Today, Bhaktas, it is said, Narada, he says, yes, what? Let's take the Lord and let's give him away. I will take him away. You all want to fight for the Lord? I'll take him away. And now they say, no, 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 no. We don't want him to go. Please, please, let's keep him. And they put their hands together and they're calling out for him. How they call out? It is said they put their hands together and they're begging the Lord to stay. And while they're begging to stay, the Lord waits for the moment because he knows that truth must prevail. With one voice, everybody. Vaishnava Jana to Dini kahi Pira parai jani re Par duke upakar kare tore Par duke upakar kare Mana abhimana nani re Vaishnava tini kahi Sakala loka mein sahune vande Ninda na kare kini re Vacha kacha mana Nishchal Rani Dhana Dhana Janani Tini Re Bolo Vaishnava Janato Narada says, listen, if you want to hold on to the Lord, let me tell you, if you really love Bhagavan Shri Krishna so much, listen, you want to give anything in the world? She says, Satyabham says, I will give anything. Don't worry about Rukmini. I will give anything for the Lord. Narada says, well, here's what. I'm going to bring a scale. And he brings a big scale. And the scale can weigh. And when he brings the scale, at that point, he says, Bhagavan Krishna, you sit on one end. And the Lord sits down. And he says, Satyabham, if you want the Lord so much, then you can put whatever you want on top of that scale. And if it overweighs the Lord, he's yours. It's like you're going to the market. If it overweighs, he's yours. She says, no problem. True. I could put, I love him so much. I will bring all my gold and I'll put it there and trust me, he's mine. Rukmini, bye. But you know what? She brought gold and she started to put the gold on top. And she put all the gold that she had and it didn't weigh down. She stopped and she says, but ye kya hai? She went and she brought little murtis of Bhagavan Shri Krishna that she had made out of gold in her home because she loved him so much. She brought all the murtis of Shri Krishna in gold and put him on top. And yet Lord Krishna is here and the scale doesn't even move. What kind of Maya is this? She actually jumps on top of the scale and she starts to jump on the scale and it doesn't move. And she looks at Rukmini and she says, did you do something with the scale? I know you tried to do something, you know. I know you don't want to see me get the Lord, so you're trying to spite me. Sometimes when things don't go the way we want it to go, we feel everybody ready to spite me. Sometimes when things are not going the way we want it to be, we say, I feel somebody do me something. That's all. When things don't go the way we want it to go, we're ready to stand up and think something bad is happening. But today, it is not just that. Satyabham stands there and she says, Narada, please batao na, tell me, I don't understand. Tell me what is happening. And when Narada starts to speak, listen, my dear friends. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Do you think Shri Krishna is a man? Do you think Shri Krishna is some little idol or some little murti just sitting there and all your gold are weighing down? Lord Krishna holds the universe on his head. Lord Krishna lifts the universe in his finger. Lord Krishna keeps, when Yashodamaya opened his mouth that day to see if he was eating dirt, the whole cosmos and the constellations and the nakshatras and everything were there. You think the Lord is just a normal man sitting there? You think some piece of gold and a few little beera and everything will make? No. Narada says it is more than that. And Rukmini looks at her and she says, you want him? No, take him. If you think you could weigh him, go ahead. But if you can't, give me a chance and I will show you. Friends and bhaktas, listen. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan. But he's Lord of the universe and Lord of the cosmos. And while he's sitting there, he laughs at the world because people think that you could win God with gold. People think you could win God with money. People think that you can win the favor of God by having physical things. If I have a big house, God will come by me first. If I have a big car, God will bless me first. एक दिन छूटी जाए संसार, राजा रंक को काल नहीं चिन्हता, सबका करते हाथ. No matter how much wealth you have, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much gold you have, no matter what physical things you have in the world, Bhagwan, my friends, he will go by those whose hearts are filled with wealth, not money and physical things. Take the money you have and pray. Take the money you have and do yajna. Take the money you have and do a ritual and do some form of worship to build the love in your heart. The money is not to pay God. It is there to utilize, to create energy so you could learn to love God more. That's all. Listen. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan, Kalende Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan, Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Hari Panduranga. Everybody follow. Jai Ho. Shri Nanda Yashonanda Jaya Gopada. Jaya Nanda Yashodananda Jaya Gopaga Vidama Jaya Jaya Dinuvasada Jaya Radhe Jaya Radho Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Shriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Bolo. Shriman Narayan. Lakshmi Narayan, Lakshmi Narayana. एक बात बोली, Lakshmi Narayana Narayana Narayana. Shri Gajananda Swami ki. Satyabham tried and she tried, and at that point she was about to give up. She was boasting all the time. You know what? Don't worry, Rukmini, I go in. I could take the Lord. You better go from now. Don't wait. Just leave now. When you boast too much, you fall. When you're overconfident in yourself, you fall. Be confident, yes. But don't be confident enough to think that you're better than people. Don't be confident enough to think that you're bigger than people in your life. The moment you think, you know what, I big, Bhagwan will cut you down right here and then. Immediately. In Ramayana, when Bhagwan Shri Ram had sent Lord Hanumanji to find Sita Devi, it is said Hanuman Baba, he was coming back from Lanka. He had burned down the city of Lanka. And while he was returning, he held on to the ring of Bhagwan Shri Ram to take back to the Lord. And while he was traveling and he was holding his ring in his hand, for a moment now he saw a little island, very small, and he was thirsty. So he said, you know what, let me go down and drink of some of this water, because after that I have a long journey back to the Lord. So he stopped at a little point and he saw Swami sat down and he was doing meditation. His hands is on his kamandalu and he's meditating. And while the kamandalu is just hanging there with some water inside, he's doing his meditation. Mahavir Swami took the ring and he placed it next to the Swami, the sadhu, and he says, hey Swami, I am Mahavir Swami. I'm going to get some water and come back. Don't interfere with this ring. This have to go back to the Lord. I don't want to lose it. Keep it and I'm coming back in 2 minutes. When Hanuman Baba went to drink the water, a little monkey came out of the forest, the little back of the trees. And the monkey came out there and then, saw a little ring, grabbed it, put it in the kamandalu and ran away. Hanuman Baba came back. He started to look around. Where's the ring? Hey Sadhu, where's the ring? And the Sadhu was in meditation. He was performing Maunan Vrat. You was Maunan Vrat? Maunan Vrat. Vrat is a fast. Maunan means what? Maunan means to stay quiet. You think any one of you could practice Maunan Vrat? No? Maunan Vrat means to stay quiet. Literally it means a vrat of silence. In India, when I was studying, every single day, Guru will start to give us half an hour of Maunan Vrat. It is a part of discipline. Sometimes people talk too much. And if you practice Maunan Vrat, it means that at some point you need to stop talking. That is a fast by itself. There are many different kinds of fast, not just Yajna. And if you practice Maunan Vrat and you stop talking, you won't believe how many good things will happen in your life. Take sometimes 10 minutes and just stay quiet. You know what it does? When we keep talking, it is because thoughts are only moving in our mind and we say everything that's coming out. Everything that comes here, you keep speaking it. And when you stay quiet and you take the Vrat of silence, if you want to say something, you can't say it. You hold back the tongue. The thoughts have to slow down because it doesn't make sense. I can't tell him, I can't say what I want to say. The thoughts slow down. And gradually all the desires slow down. And all the thoughts of the mind, they stop at a point. And if you practice long enough, the thoughts will gradually stop where there will be a space in between. Each thought flows into a thought. But if you keep your mind in practice and discipline, the thoughts will slow down so much because you know you can't speak. And with slow thoughts, there'll be silence in between of each thought. And in that silence will be the answers to anything you have in your life. You must try that. You have a problem in your marriage? You have a problem in your home? You have a problem on your job? You have a health issue? What to do? What next? I don't know. Everybody telling me everything what to do. Start practicing a vrat of silence every day. And after 1 week or 2 weeks, you'll realize that you're sitting there and you're not speaking, and just close the eyes and just dive deep within. And all of a sudden, you'll start thinking, you know what, I didn't think of this, I could have do that. I could have do it like this. And that's because the thoughts slow down enough. Sometimes we're just talking too much and we don't give the mind a chance to resolve itself and give us the answer. Silence is good sometimes. Silence allows the mind to bring the answers and allows the conscience and the consciousness to speak out. That's powerful. Satyabhama was boasting too much. You know what now? Stay quiet. She stopped right there and she stayed quiet. And when she stayed quiet, at that point now, Narada says, well, listen, you have to give up now. Give Rukmini a chance because you had your turn. As much as she doesn't want to let go, she can't do anything. So you know what? She lets go. She takes all her gold. She goes one side. My gold couldn't buy Bhagwan. And she went one side. Rukmini comes down. She just looks at her with a pleasant smile. She says, are you finished? You must need God in your life for God to support you, not want God. But Satyabhama didn't understand. This is what she did. She walked outside and she saw the holy plant. Which plant? Vrindayai tulsi divyai priyayai kesavasacha Vishnu bhakti prade devi satyavadyai namo namaha. She says, I'll tell you, I do not need physical wealth to buy God, you know. I do not need physical wealth to fight for God, you know. God wants love, not wealth. How to give love? Well, I'm going to the powerful devotee of the Lord who He loves so much. And if I offer it in exchange, because of the weight of love that Tulsi Mata has, you can't compete. She picks a Tulsi leaf, one leaf, and she walks up to the scale. And when she walks up to the scale, they said, lo and behold, at that point, beautifully, as the Tulsi is placed on the scale, as soon as it drops on the scale, at that very point, the scale starts to move and it starts to tilt. And Satyabhama doesn't understand, but it starts to tilt because the power of devotion is more than the power of wealth. The power of devotion for God is more than the power of wealth, my friends, and physical things and prosperity. And yet, Tulsi Maharani, in that leaf form, she turns into the Devi of Tulsi Devi and she smiles at Rukmini and she puts her hands together and in the form of a goddess. It is said, Narada says, Jai Tulsi Ma! Jai Tulsi Ma! And he touches the feet of Tulsi Maharani. And there, Satyabhama, without a doubt, she puts her hands together and she glorifies the Devi. This is how she does it. Sabayogo ki upar, sabalogo ki upar, sabayogo ki upar, sabalogo ki upar, रुज से रक्षा करते अवतराता. For तुलसी माता, तुलसी महारानी की जय जय जय. तुलसी माता 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 रज रक्षा करते अवतराता. जय जय जय. तुलसी माता जय जय जय. जय हो. जय तुलसी माँ. पुत्री है श्यामा, सुरबली है ग्राम्या. पुत्री है श्यामा, सुरबली है ग्राम्या. विष्णु प्रिय जो तुमको सेवा सो नजर जाता. जय 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 तुलसी माता. जय जय जय. जय हो. हरिशेष विराजत त्रिभुवन से हो वंदित. हरिशेष विराजत त्रिभुवन से हो वंदित. पति जनों की तारिणी तुम हो विज्ञाता. जय 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 तुलसी माता. जय 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 तुलसी माता. क्या बात. सब जग की सुखदाता सुखदाता। जय 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 तुलसी माता, 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 जय जय जय। ओम वृंदाय तुलसी दिव्याय प्रयाय की सवस्य च विश्व भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। ओम श्री तुलसी देव्याय नमः। Do you know how powerful Tulsi Mata is? Tulsi Devi is the actual living goddess on the earth today after thousands of years. When Goddess Lakshmi Mata took the incarnation to become Tulsi Devi, she says, I will live upon the earth, but when the earth becomes filled with unrighteousness, I will make my exit. Today we are lucky to have a Tulsi. Today we are lucky to worship Tulsi Mata. To those who go to work every single day, it is good to take a little dry Tulsi and keep it in your pocket for protection on your road, protection on your job, protection from somebody doing you harm, negativity, black magic, evil, anything is good for protection. Taking a Tulsi leaf and putting it on your tongue or eating that Tulsi, it helps. When COVID came, how many people put Tulsi and made tea with it? Yeah. Only when COVID come and you realize that you don't have a choice because everybody dying everywhere, you start to take Tulsi. Then you know the importance of Tulsi in all the teas and so on. Tulsi Mata is powerful. If you can, on a morning, one of the things I grew up doing as a child, while growing up, for many years, I would go to the Tulsi plant on a morning before I go to school. And it's so simple. All I did was offer a spoonful of water. It is said the proper way of worship to a Tulsi plant is not to offer a full jal. If you offer a whole lota of water, the root of Tulsi Mata, you're going to drown the Tulsi. Think of her as a Devi, as a goddess. And as a goddess, when she stands in your home as Tulsi Mata, you can't soak her feet. If your feet get soaked, you get the cold, right? You take a spoon of water and you offer it at the root of the Tulsi plant. And then you take agarbatti and you wave it. How long does it take you? 20 seconds. Offer a spoon of water. Do the agarbatti. Offer probably kapur, camphor, arati. Very small, and you leave and you go to work. But before you go, you know what is powerful? With that little drop of the spoonful of water that falls at the root of Tulsi Mata, you just rub it a little bit like this. Nobody can see earth. Earth is almost clear. You take the earth and you just touch it on your forehead. That is a mark of protection for the whole day. Nobody barely sees it. And that is a protection for the day. While you're driving, you're protected from accidents. On the road, you're protected. In your home, you're protected from every single thing that you can think about. The power of the feet of Tulsi Mata is where the earth is and where the plant grows. When you see a Tulsi in your home, don't just cross her over. Don't just break her branch when you have puja and jandi. Take the leaves of her. I will reiterate, I know I've said it many times, but yet I keep seeing it again and again. When you're having a puja or jandi, you don't break out the head of the Tulsi. You pick the leaves of the Tulsi. You cannot disrespect the mother by breaking her head, but you pick the leaf. And if you don't want karma, by plucking the leaf, every time you pluck it, the tree cries out, ow. Every time you pluck that and the tree cries out, you have to pay for that karma. Karma must be paid for. But there are some of the leaves that are almost dried, and if you just tip it like this, it just falls off. It means it was ready to fall. Those are the leaves that you can use. Those are the leaves that you won't create any karma because it was ready to fall. Sometimes you just shake the tree. Don't go shake the tree like this, you know. It's like somebody come by you and they shake you like this. You just tip the tree a little bit and whatever falls, you use that. Less karma in your life. Tulsi Mata is powerful. Maha Saraswattie Janani Sarva Saubhagya Vardhani Adi Vyari Haranityam Tulsi Tvam Namostute Om Saubhatra Devi Mata Namaha. In every prasad you offer, you must put except who? Ganesh is your friend, boy. Lord Ganesh. So everybody remember that, eh? Not Ganesh. And not Ganesh, Lord Ganesha. It is said that the only prasad that is not given Tulsi leaf, that prasad is Lord Ganapati. for his prasad. Him and Shri Tulsi Mata. That's a little kahani by itself. If you want to enjoy that kahani, you have to come for Ganesh Utsav in Sustai. That will be coming up. Friends and Bhaktas, today in our scripture, while Tulsi Mata sat there, it is said, Narada, he saw the essence of Tulsi Devi. And Rukmini, she walked up to her. She says, Tulsi Maya, thank you. Lord Krishna got up and he says, Rukmini, I will come with you. And Satyabhama says, but what about me? He says, when you learn to get rid of the ego, I will come into your life. How do you get rid of the ego? Sometimes people can't help it, I beg, I just beg, I have this and I have that, I just beg. How to get rid of the ego if you think you're big? You know how? Pray. Pray and pray and pray. But how will that help? Have you ever seen a tadpole? The tadpole has what? A little tail. And then gradually when the tadpole getting big, automatically the tail just drops off. Turns into a crapo? Huh? A frog. He turns into a frog. The tadpole matures, the tail drops off and he turns into a frog. With prayer, we will mature. The ego will be dropped and we will turn into a bhakta, a devotee, automatically because of devotion. Automatically it happens. Listen. It is said that when Satyabhama heard that the only thing that could help is worship to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, she decided upon herself, well, you know what? If that is what it takes, then I will do what it takes. So she walked away and she says to Rukmini, okay Maya, you go ahead. I will do my part and I will pray. And she walked away and she took a moment by herself and she starts to sing for her Lord to build her energy. How will we sing this morning? Bhaju Govinda Jai Gopal. Kya baat bolo? Bhaju Govinda Bhaju Murali Manohara Nandalala Bhaju Murali Manohara Nandalala Bhaju Govinda Jai Gopala Bhaju Govinda Jai Gopala. Madhura Manohar Savare Shri Hari Nand Kishore Naina Darshan Bhavare Dheere Charanan To. Madhura Manohar Savare Shri Hari Nand Kishore Naina Darshan Bhavare मन वैरागी नाम का तेरे मन वैरागी नाम का तेरे नटवर दीन दयाला भज गोविंदा. To pray. The only way out of this world, it's either two ways, Atma Gyaan or Bhakti Gyaan. It's either you learn the scriptures and knowledge and become an elevated soul, or if you can't understand it, just sing Bhakti, love, devotion, glorify God. It's two paths. If you can't understand the essence of our scriptures, just sing for God with love from here and Bhagwan will hear your cry. नाम तेरा भवतारण हारा बंधन सुखकारे जिसने भी हृदय में धारा उनकी भी परारे. विधारा उनके तीर परारे। हे हितकारी साधन तेरे, हे हितकारी साधन तेरे, कष्ट मिटाने वाला भज गोविंदा। जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा, जय गोपाला भज मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला, भज मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला, भज गोविंदा। जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा, जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा। भज मुरली मनोहरा, भज मुरली मनोहरा नंदलाला, भज गोविंदा। And she prayed and she prayed and she prayed, and it doesn't take a moment, and it doesn't take a second, and it doesn't take a little bit of your life. Your life must be dedicated to Bhagwan in order to be motivated. After 3 nights of yajna, after 3 nights of satsang, after chants and kirtan and the Atma Gyana knowledge, all I want is for your life to change for the better. All I want is to see you live a better life. When I come back the next time to Guyana, I should see devotion. When you sit here, you should feel that aura and energy being poured out to God, to Bhagwan. That's all I want to see. And if I see that, I'm fulfilled. I'm comfortable. While I do my part, you must do yours. There are people around the world who are tuned in on Facebook and YouTube. And with the little knowledge that they get, they hold on to it like gold. It's a treasure for them. I travel the world, and there are people who are from Guyana who have lived and who are living everywhere in the world. And when they listen to our yajna, they say, I wish I could have come back home. I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been a part. Maybe life took them differently and they had to be where they are for a purpose and a reason. But then for somehow they realize that life is only about working in their way and in their path, forgetting that life is about God, and not realizing that if they come back, then their life can be turned towards God. But of course we have responsibilities, and of course we have so many things. So we are lucky to be here. Make a change. That is what life is about. My message to you is not to just listen to the stories and the kathas and the pravachans and the itihasas and so on. It is to change your life. That is powerful. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. So this time, my friends, I believe we will hand over to Geeta Didi before we go into the final parts of our beautiful yajna. So we hand over to you now, Didi.
प्रेम से बोलो व्यास महाराज की, प्रेम से बोलो व्यास महाराज की। And once again, Pandit Narad Gosai would have had us immersed and indulged in the spiritual development and the spiritual knowledge sharing by simply narrating from the various scriptures. And many of us whom would have been ignorant of certain practices within our dharma, that was cleared up this morning. Panditji continues to allow us the opportunity to find ourselves more and more involved in Sanatan Vedic Dharma. And like I said last night, he's one of those pundits, and we have many, one of those pundits who are narrating our kathas so sweetly and so simple that the smallest of child to the eldest of person can understand. There is always a message that is so profound that we can take away with us as we continue to better our lives. Our religion, Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, is the most beautiful of all religions. I always say we must respect all, but simply adore yours. And Panditji once again about you, there's a combination of the scriptures that allow us to be a part of everything that you're narrating. And of course, we couldn't say, or we can't complete this yajna without acknowledging the musical accompaniment by the celestial Gandavas, the two brothers here with us from Trinidad, Adish and Naresh. Please give the team together a round of applause. They make it so lively that even if you're hungry, you're forgetting that there is a need for you to go and eat because you're being filled spiritually. And I said to Paniji last night, I'm seeing him in Guyana more than in Trinidad. And that says something. It means that we are acknowledging and we are honoring everything that you're offering to us. You said something last night about being young. And sometimes we hear these comments very often that what these young people could possibly say to us. But I'll say this to you, we as young people, we involve ourselves and we devote ourselves into learning the scriptures so that we can continue to share it to the younger generations. But we must acknowledge our roots. We are only the branches of our roots, and I'm sure your generations, your mom, dad, Nani, Nana, Aji, Aji would have bestowed that blessings upon you. So thank you so much for everything that you do. Please give Panditji a round of applause. So as we continue, we have with us Bhaiji Rakesh, and I want Bhaiji Rakesh to stand a little bit with me. And when Panditji was talking about testifying to blessings, many of us within the Parstaling community or the East Bank would know that Bhaiji Rakesh would have had his own share of trouble. And at one time, he scared all of us so much that we thought we would not have had him. But God had a better plan, and the Divine Mother and Father restored his health, that today he could have managed all of the cooking outside and all of the preparation here today. So the divine blessings is upon him, and he is here to share that with us as we continue to serve together. So the privilege is mine to first of all say, may the blessings continue to be upon you and your family. And I would like to give you the opportunity now to say something or to give a rendition, and Bhaiji Dubraj to do a rendition before Pandit takes over to close off this Gyaan Yajna. Please put your hands together for Bhaiji Rakesh.
Sit down, everybody. First of all, we say thank you for coming out to our Gyaan Yajna on behalf of myself and the executive members and all the other members of our Mandir. We would like to say welcome and thank you for coming out session after session to support not just our Yajna, but to support our BSG. I'm not known for much of a big speaker, but while BSG was reading, and I was sitting here, and I just one time when he said stand up, and I was like, so I want to tell you something. The very first line, I can't remember the bachchan, but the very first line that he sang about it early in the practice. You know when I say when you feel the energy of God within you, it goes to your spine. And I was sitting here, and I can tell you that it did happen. So thank you, Bauji, for all the session you have given us. And I know for sure the words that you spread with us, the knowledge you share with us, we're going to cherish it. And we're going to put it into practice. But my brother outside, Satish, he was telling me while I was cooking with him that I need to sing, even if it was a piece of a song for them. So my brother, and all of you, this is for you. राम ही तेरा, राम ही मेरा, राम ही सब कुछ तेरा। ओ बजुराना सीताराम जय राम। ओ बजुराना सीताराम जय राम। राम तेरा, राम मेरा, राम सब कुछ तेरा। ओ
So we are just thankful and happy that you continue to be with us. Over to another brother of ours, so it's Dr. Baron here, a very popular figure right here from Marstelling, our dearly beloved Hygiene Raj.
Thank you very much. I'm sit around everybody. Sit around the gas jeep. As well. It's indeed my pleasure being here at Maha Saraswattie Mandir this morning. I want to congratulate the executive and the members of this Mandir, celebrating 26 years. So we're give them a big round of applause for being a Yajna for this. Thank you very much. I want to say myself and my brother Rakesh and Surita, my bigger sister, have come a very long way. We actually started writing when we were very young, small, so celebrating 26 years is something actually we started here. We've been back and forth, but I want to congratulate you and I want to ask you to continue to keep up the good works. Never mind Rahul is so big and strong. He was never in the picture at that time, huh? Yes, he's not 26 years yet. But I'm happy that Rahul is taking it on by stride to be here to the Mandir. So I want to congratulate you in the Mandir. I might not be able to stay to the end because of work commitment. That's why I wasn't here the last few nights. I have to run for a 12 o'clock appointment as well. But it's my pleasure and to be here in the satsang. I had started here some years ago. Rakesh became a farmer in 2004, Guyana's Forest International Chutney Soka Monarch. We were here to celebrate that. And many castle drumming competition as well. So we're part of the history of this area. Kahaisi bajaye murali, muraliya jadoo bhari. Kahaisi bajaye murali, muraliya jadoo bhari. Kahaisi bajaye murali, muraliya jadoo bhari. Jadoo bhari, jadoo bhari, jadoo bhari. Kahaisi bajaye murali, muraliya
भरी कान्हे भरे ब्रिज माला कान्हे भरे ब्रिज माला मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा ऐसी बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा ऐसी बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी कान्हा ऐसी बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा ऐसी बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी जादू भरी कान्हा ऐसी बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा ऐसी बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी.
Dhanyavad by Jido Braj. Thank you very much. By Jido Braj is also putting every effort into Providence Hindu Temple to ensure that we have our weekly satsangs, and he has been supporting Sanata Vedic Dharma. So once again, thank you for all that you do. Before we go into the Arti, I'd like to call on Reshma. In everything that we do, we must acknowledge and give thanks and praise to persons who might have made it possible, while the greatest thanks goes to the divine gods and goddess. So we acknowledge those persons now. Reshma.
Our dear beloved Vyas, Pandit Narad Gosain, Pandit Ji Das, our Guruji for this Mandir, Kirtan Hall, members of the various Mandirs, devotees from near and far, my humble Sitaram Pranam to you all. Firstly, I would like to thank our sponsor for making this event successful. As we celebrate our 26th anniversary of this Mandir, it's been a long way, right? History here now. I was not here, but Rakesh, they built it from scratch. They were here doing everything. Rakesh, by Jidu Braj, I think he was here too. I want to say thank you guys for starting this for us. And here we are celebrating 26th year of this Mandir. I would like you guys to give us a round of applause for that, please. We deserve it. Sorry. It's not me, it's the phone. To our sponsor, Arjune Construction, Yuvin&Shallini, his beautiful wife, she's sitting there in front. Yuvin is not here presently, he's working, right? To our sponsors and the members of the Maha Saraswattie Mandir, I would like to thank you guys so much from the bottom of our heart for making this Yajna a success. It's not without you that we couldn't have done this, what we have done here today. Our Shrotas, you guys did a wonderful job, keeping up the fast and being here on time every day to perform the pujas along with Pandit Das. We have Shalini, my mom, Surita, and Mandika. Thank you guys so much for doing this for us. We do appreciate all of it. Our dear Vyas, Pandit Narad Gosain from Trinidad and Tobago, we cannot express our gratitude and thanks at this moment for making this entire village, everybody at this Mandir, lively. We all enjoy your session. I can tell you, I literally dance. Serious, and we will have it here just now. I dance, so I can imagine what the Devis and the Devatas is doing, right? If I dance. We enjoy every moment of it. The celestial Gandharvas, I hope I pronounced it right? The celestial Gandharvas from Trinidad and Tobago, they're here with our beloved Vyas, Pandit Narad Gosain, Thank you guys so much. Your musics, your instrument, they were touching to our heart. We enjoy every single beat of this dolak. I love this. I'd like to hear it again. And to our keyboard player, I don't know you guys' name, I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, Adesh and Naresh, thank you guys so much for being here and celebrating with us. Our musicians, we cannot leave them out. They're here every Sunday, every service, all the time. They're here doing this for us. We have Rahul, Raj, we have Somal on the harmonia, all our singers. Thank you guys for starting this program and ending it here with us from the beginning till now, right? When we didn't have the Celestial Gandavas for the 1 hour before the service start, we have our kirtans. And thank you guys so much for that job. Additional donors whom I don't have all the name presently, or it's too numerous to mention. I want to thank you guys for your contribution. It did a wonderful job. It helped in some way or the other. If I forget anybody, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for helping us out in making this event a success. Our MCs, we had for the first night, which was the Thursday night, we had Naren for our MC, followed by Rahul for the second night, and then for the third and our last, our beloved Ms. Geeta. Thank you to our MCs for doing a wonderful job for us. We appreciated it all. Our hardworking members, I want to say thank you. This Yajna couldn't have been a success without the hard work and dedication of you guys. Thank you to our President Rakesh, our Vice President Ramesh, Sato, Rahul, I don't want to miss anybody's name, right? Arvin, Sanjay, Sachin. We have Aditya Khan, our Shellman, Aditya Ranglal, the Chandan guy at the gate. Shalini, the Shrota in front here, and the sponsor for the Yajna. She was here helping foot to foot, doing everything, making everything possible. Sindra, my right hand, I should say. Thank you. We have Margaret, Auntie Leela, Auntie Data, Auntie Lizzie, Auntie Mala, and I have a special one, our Essequibo auntie, right? She made the work feel lively. She was there to make all the joke and make us laugh while we were doing the work. Essequibo auntie, thank you so much. To Yovin mom. To Yovin mom, I want to say thank you. I'm not seeing her right now. Oh yes, to Yovin mom. Thank you so much for being here and gracing this occasion, coming out to help us, doing all the work and so on before the Yajna started. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Essequibo also. I want to say we do appreciate your presence for being here. Uncle Dave is not here. I didn't see him here today, but I would like to say thank you to him. He was here supporting us. He is a beloved devotee of Pandit Narad Gosai. Uncle Bill and family, thank you for coming all the way from Barbies, right? East Kanji Barbies. Well, I didn't know you from the time you come here, but after I hear your name calling Uncle Bill, I said, you know what, I have to visit Uncle Bill Mandir. Sometime I have to visit there. Thank you so much. You've been here a couple of sessions, and thank you for being here with us in celebrating our 26th anniversary. I know you're not here because of the Mandir, you're here because of Panditji, right? You're a very strong devotee of Pandit Narad. Thank you for being here. And you know, we always save the best for last. You devotees, without your presence here, this Yajna wouldn't have been this lively, this successful. We wouldn't have feel these vibes, this clapping, this dancing. Thank you all the Mandirs. We have people from all three counties here who celebrate with us. We have Uncle Bill from Tillen Barbies. We have Auntie Essequibo, Auntie from Tillen Essequibo, and you guys here in Demerara, right? So we are blessed to have people from all 3 counties of Guyana to be here with us as we celebrate our 26th anniversary. You wonderful devotees, thank you for coming out. Some of you are here for 4 sessions. Some of you are new here today. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. From the members of the Maha Saraswattie Mandir, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being here, supporting us, following Pandit Narad Gosain, who do not follow him yet on Facebook. His page is Pandit Narad Gosain on Facebook. You can follow him. I guess most of you are. If I forget anybody, please forgive me at this point in time, but I am expressing my gratitude to those who I forget. I would like now to hand over the microphone to our president, Rakesh G, for the, well, you know I have to, for the remainder of the presentation. Thank you all so much.
Just a little acknowledgement I want to do. I want everybody to give this young lady a round of applause. You know why? She was the backbone of getting our mandir decorated. And she is the backbone of dressing all this murti along with her mom. I'm not going to left out her mom. Her mom, Auntie Jenny, was be here with her, and they would dress this murti, and they would take the time and fix it pin for pin. And Rishma, thank you very much for always being there, for dressing our mandir and make it look beautiful. And to all the executive, thanks for standing by me so that we can have this to celebrate come next year again. Thank you all once again.
All right, so to say thanks can be a very tedious job. So if there is anybody that was forgotten, then accept the humble thanks. The number of thanks that we have here, we have enough when the rain starts to fall to gather all the water and to continue with the blessings. It is that time that we want to invite the Panditji to do the closing arti for us and for you to participate in these final moments as we sing the praises of the Divine Mother and Father. Kindly stand, and for the final session, let's hear the celestial Gandavas as we bring the heavens of blessings over all of us. Over to you, Panditji.
आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की राधिका रमन बिहारी की गिरिधर गगन सम अंग कांति काली काली राधिका चमक रही आली आली रतन में कर दे बनमाली माली ब्रह्म से अलग सूरी चंद्र से झलक ललित छवि क्षमा प्यारी के गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं। कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दममाधवं। जय जय राधा, जय जय राधा, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम्। देवकी देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय जय राधा, जय जय राधा, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। राधे गोविंदा। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, 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 जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः। ओम गजगौरीश्वराय नमः। शिव हरे शिव राम सखे प्रभु, त्रिविदिता परिवार हे वे। अजजनेश्वर यारव पाहि मां। शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे बलं। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। ॐ द्यौ शान्ति अन्तरिक्षोगं शान्ति, पृथिवी शान्ति, आपः शान्ति, औषधे शान्ति, वनस्पतिः शान्ति, विश्वे देवा शान्ति, ब्रह्म शान्ति, सर्वगं शान्ति, शान्तर्देवा शान्ति, सामा शान्तिरिधि। ॐ शं नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शं नो भवद्वर्यमा शं इन्दु बृहस्पतिः शं नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्य वायु त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि, त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि, ऋतं वदिष्यामि, सत्यं वदिष्यामि। तन्मामवतु सर्वक्तारमवतु, अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारं। गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। कमललोचन राम दयानिधि हर गुरु गजरक्षक गोपते शिवतनो भव शंकर पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमः मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तरस्तु मे परिपूर्णं तरस्तु मे अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तमेन चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितमेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं जय हो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय 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 सीताराम आसन लीजिए सब लोग दरअसल टेक आवर सीट्स